好，非常感谢 Abif 的介绍。I'm very glad to meet all of you here. And good morning. I'm very glad to be the open source summit participant. And today I will talk about the open source ITC, the building a friendly and shared open networking framework to enable industry digitization. And many of you, if you're young, you can remember that when your parents get the printed salary view, they believe that that is already digital life. But actually, now the world is fundamentally different from those years. If we look at the applications, if we take utility as an example, the applications based on the generator and the electricity equipment have fundamentally changed the people's way of life. And the General Motor has become the benchmark of the past 30 years. And in 1914, the Ford production line was launched. And the mature application of electricity have generated the production revolution. If we take IT technology as an example, the first 30 years is the technology invention, and the IT itself, the constant development. It has enriched people's life. And in these 30 years, the next 30 years, that is to use the generic technology to disruptively change these traditional industries and lead it into the digitization. So if we look at the ICT technology, the first stage is marked by the e-commerce and the public cloud. They have gone through 3 stages. The first is the early stage, that is to acquire the market, and there's no differentiation of the technology. And in the middle stage, with the efficiency improved and the resources getting gathered, the e-commerce and the public cloud is going into the platform development, and differentiated experience has become the major feature. And in the recent years, for the e-commerce and the public cloud, they have merged into one cloud, and they can have the value exchange, and there are new service and new business model. So it is very versatile, and for a thin platform and the scaled technology and also the innovation of enabling technology, this is the development of the technology. And with the uncertainty of the demand, we will see the new value will be generated. For the digitization of the industry, we can look at the early pioneers, and there are 3 types of the technologies. The first is for the group buying from 2010 to 2020. There are hundreds of companies emerged and then tied it out. And this industry has gone through the roller coasters pattern of the development. And it is quite fragmented. The sustainable development cannot be realized. The second is realization. They start from the ERP. This has given the optimization of the internal process and have achieved the best practices. And the key challenge is that it is not open. It is just the local optimization, and the value brought about is illimited. And the third is remote medical service. This concept is put forward 40 years ago, but now the satisfaction rate is only 50% because the infrastructure, that network, is not there. And today, this distant or remote service in the medical field cannot be realized here by today's network. So with the digitization getting improved, the ecosystem, platform, and also the network will see the structural issues. We need to change the paradigm. The solution is to build the open ICT framework and enable the digitization. There are 3 layers of this architecture. The upper one is the ecosystem. We need to change the development model and to have the ecosystem being enabled. And second is the middle layer, that is from manual work to the automation. And the third is the edge, that is intelligent transformation, like the function mobile phone changed to the smart mobile phones. So this is with the network as an enabling infrastructure. The ecosystem has helped to drive the edge, and the edge has reinforced the ecosystem and the network development. So we first look at the transformation of the network. It is based on the automation and using the platform to rebuild this way of thinking. The openness is the third party's application. It is not looking at just opening. So without this opening, this will be chimney-like silos. Also, try to build the network in a platform pattern. We need to have the significant changes from inside. So first is to open on the certain layers. The 100% opening is making the platform building more and more complicated. So we can start by layer by layer. And this can help us to balance the capability and the complexity. And we also need the digital twin to help with the networks open. We also need the models and the strategies to build a closed loop and introduce the intelligent and the layer-by-layer governance. And we also need a simplified architecture, have the multi-dimensional network, and with the modification of the platform and the changes on the structure, the network can be the foundation of the industry digitization. And the second step is for the paradigm change of the edge. There are several points. The first is that the edge needs to be open and suitable for the dynamic industry application. And the second is the computing power, like the derivation and the render, and also the computing. So it needs to work on the hetero architecture computing power. And the third is to look at the different scenarios and have the self-governance and self-management. And last but not least, the differentiated industry application and the edge computing need to be coordinated with the network. The network and the edge need to work together and to realize the perception and adaptation to the different industries, and to have the intelligent allocation of the resources. So connection and the computing will be the core concept for the edge building. The ecosystem is about the paradigm of development changed. So we know that the ecosystem, it needs a large scale and fast expansion, and the breakthrough and also the explosive development is very important. So first we need the active development of API and attract our partners to work on the value creation. And the second is the automated test and the commercialization, integration. And the third is to build a shared application market, and that is to help with the monetization of the value in the global field. So these three will work together and build this eco and value system. So we know that the digital development of the industry will need this open ICT and how to quickly build this framework and how to identify the standard. So we know that on the different layers, there are the different open projects. For the ecosystem, we can have the OpenV certification to build the shared app store, and also we can have the ONAP to build the open automation platform, and have the Elf Edge to help with the edge computing stack of the technology. The open source is at the coding level, and it represents the highest level of the technology, the architecture, and also all these benefits can help with the building of the harmonized digital engineering language. And with the standard, we can improve the efficiency of the operators, the manufacturers, and the industry development. And Huawei has been actively working on the Linux-based computing development, and like the OpenV, the ONAP, and the Edge, and also the Krano. So I participated in this work. I really owe all the achievements to the open source. Without it, we can have nothing but only the plan on the sketch. And this book, the ONAP, is the first Chinese book related to ONAP, and you can get it on our booth. With so many years participation and development in the works in the open source community, I also have my own observation that I want to share with you. The open and the open source is not just an attitude, it is based on our capability. And open and open source, it is not just a strategy for the development, it is related to the strategy and industrial development. And in the future, for the 2B and 2C, finally will be realized in the 2B8 to up, and to have the most efficient way to realize the consensus in the technology. That is very important for the sustainable development. And this is the digital technology. I believe that the ICT need to work together with the traditional industry to build the harmonized and open platform and enable the digitization of the different technology. So there are 4 key points. The new ecosystem, that is with the empowerment and value promotion, and the network with the platform to build the automatic driving network. And the third is the connection and the compute with intelligence improved, and also the new collaboration, that is open source and the standard, to build the efficient work pattern. Like this picture, now the new world is in front of us. The industrial digitization has more and more possibilities. The world will be changed by the network, and the network